High snap, play action, Nichols underneath, caught, gets away from one tackler, gets away from two tacklers, down the sidelines, one man to beat, stutter step, getting away to the end zone, number 8, Dylan Talley, touchdown, Bowie.
Robertson in motion, Craven's back to pass, goes across the middle, Ghostin holds it in, he's gonna go to the touchdown, to the house, Cravens to Ghostin. Colt, touchdown!
As a tight end, pulls a guard, Barrett finds the hole, follows the pulling guard, cuts outside, bounces outside to the 20, 10, 15, 5, touchdown, Bowers, touchdown, Bowie!
Out of the stretch. Sky towards left center field. The wind is carrying it. Is it gone? It is! Jackson Irons with a 2-run shot over the left center field fence. He'll plate Wharton, and it's 6-4. There's still an insurance run that is about to get driven in on this base hit. Flores delivers the insurance run. Burkle out of position. They've got to pass, and they've got to go! Patomeco with the pass. Mirario has a bit of a look, shot on goal, and he gets it in! Two tight end set here as we go to the left-hand side with B.J. Rogers. Rogers is into the second level! B.J. Rogers to midfield! One man trying to catch up to him, but he will not! Number 6 in for 6! That will do it!
This broadcast is under intellectual property and may not be repurposed or reproduced without express written consent. Enjoy this presentation from Zach Arnold Productions. Energetic Media Solutions.
Good afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome to the campus of Boswell High School Pioneer Stadium for the second game between the Colts and the Boswell Pioneers in the Drew Medford tournament. Stay tuned for your pregame show right after this.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
If you're a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage, or perhaps just navigating the complexities of Medicare, look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent agency with over 50 years of experience, specializing in tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need property, liability, commercial auto, or even life and health insurance, their agents can help you feel secure in selecting the insurance you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott today at 817-265-3346.
The pregame show is presented by our friends at Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services, Inc., a family-owned business with a team of professionals who have served the Arlington area for over 50 years. Don't let insurance be a headache. Chapman Cornelius can help you create a custom insurance plan tailored to your small business's needs and budget. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott today at 817-265-3346 or go to www.chapman-cornelius.com. Zach Arnold, my pops, Doug, catching our breath after that quick turnaround from one game to the next. 4-1 the final between your Colts and Lake Belton, and now they get to face an even tougher opponent in the host team, the number 15 ranked team in the state, Boswell Pioneers. But, Pops, we have faced tough opponents before, and it has made us better for it. 2 years ago, we played some really tough state-ranked opponents and went on to make a pretty solid run in the postseason. Last year, we played some tough opponents and went 11-3 in district. Regardless of the outcome tonight, it's a great night for baseball, and it's a great learning opportunity for Arlington to get ready for district play, which starts this coming Tuesday.
Yeah, we're really excited about the Drew Medford tournament games this weekend. We get 2 ball games today, 2 ball games tomorrow down in Cleburne, and 1 game on Saturday, weather permitting. And then we jump right into, like you said, district action next Tuesday. So it's a great tune-up for this Colt varsity baseball team for the 2025 version. And, you know, that last game that they played that we just finished against Lake Belton's was no easy cream puff team. They're a top-ranked team. They're off to a great start this year. I believe they're 9-1 now on their season so far, and they are off to a good start. So they were a good ball club too, and it's just like you said, it's an opportunity for the Colts to just get better. And we saw that in last game. They got down 4-1. They didn't give up. They got London Prater pitching on the mound, gave up some runs in the first 2 innings, but then he shut them out the rest of the game. And so that's the bright spot in that last game. And then Yadier Gomez came on and prevented more runs. And so just a good – I liked what I saw from the third inning on.
They answered the call. They answered the challenge. And now that Arlington has switched dugouts, they get to face another challenge here this afternoon. They are the visitors for this ball game. They were the home team in the previous game, so they move to the first baseline dugout, and we get ready for more high school baseball on ZAP, presented by John Wade Roofing. Defensively for the Pioneers, Bell is at first, Infante is at second, Kersey's at third, Thacker's at short, Prosperi is in left, McBride is in center, Granger is in right. Bryce Thompson gets the start behind the plate, and on the mound for the Boswell Pioneers, Casey Dalton. Starting lineup for your Arlington Colts, leading off and pitching, getting the start on the mound is number 4, Danny Bustamante. Mason Hensley batting second, playing shortstop, wearing number 10. He'll be followed by the first baseman, Matthew Wynn. London Prater, after a solid outing on the mound, gets to DH so he doesn't wear out his arm. He'll bat cleanup and wear the number 18 jersey. Abe Alvarado gets the start in the hot corner today, wearing the number 20, batting fifth. Jeremiah Taylor was the DH in the previous game. He'll get the start behind the plate, batting sixth. Following him will be the center fielder, Gannon Howard, number 2. Hayden White bats 8th, wearing number 24. And making his first varsity start of the season out in left field is number 15, Cody Cleveland. Cleveland batting 9th and playing left field. Not in the lineup, being DH'd for tonight is the right fielder, number 14, Yadier Gomez. Pops, I had just enough time to throw on my jacket and put on an extra layer of socks. The sun has gone behind the left field fence, which indicates 325 feet down that left and right corner. 375 to the left and right fields near center, and 390 to straightaway center. The lights are on. The pitch down to second has been thrown. The infield is meeting. Bustamante is headed for the batter's box. And game 2 of our doubleheader is seconds away from first pitch. Hit that share button. We are live on YouTube for some high school baseball action from the Drew Medford Memorial Tournament. Bustamante had a couple of base hits in the previous game that ended just moments ago, and he'll take a swing at the first pitch he sees, and it'll go into the pocket in right field area, and it will go foul for strike one. A couple of defenders were making their way that direction, including the right fielder Granger and second baseman Infante, but ultimately becomes just strike one.
This is a big ball field, and we saw some big hits in that first ball game. We saw Sam Harper have to turn his back on the infield and run to the 375 sign out there to haul one in over his left shoulder. And Gannon Howard making some great plays out there, roaming around in that spacious center field. It's a big ballpark.
Goes between the legs of Thompson for ball number 1. Mason Hensley retrieves it and will keep it with him as he heads to the on-deck circle. Strike finds the outside corner. It's 1-2 to the leadoff man here in North Fort Worth. About a 45-minute drive from Arlington High School. It's a solid commute to get over this direction. Off speed is offered at, and the bouncer goes past the third baseman, and Bustamante is going to lay out the base hit. That one was not towards the third baseman. He had to move towards it. It had a weird hop. I'm inclined to give him a base hit on that one, Pops.
I will defer to you. I was leaning towards an error because he had his glove down and was ready to make the play. I think it did take a weird hop at the lip of the grass there, the proverbial grass here in this all turf.
It's all
infield.
turf here, yes.
But nonetheless, the pitcher has done himself a favor and gotten on first base to lead off the game.
Question is, will Womack opt for small ball, or will he let Mason Hensley swing away? Bunt is squared up for up the baseline and foul.
Yep,
I
there's
guess
your answer.
that answers that question. Hensley's got a good swing to him. He hit a home run last season during tournament play.
Well, and he went 2 for 3 in the last game with 2 base hits and scored a run, the only run. But he is seeming to be squaring around here to move Busta up to second base.
Bell is covering the first base bag. They'll check over to him, and he is back in time. Leadoff man finds his way aboard, and the southpaw will have to deliver. Throw back is in time. That is Colin Murphy who snuck out of the first base dugout to courtesy run for the pitcher Busta. We're not exactly sure what the call was at the plate, but he's going to square up for the bunt again. Pitcher has to field it. Only play is to first, and the sacrifice is successful. So I guess the count doesn't matter now, as it's one away.
One away, and the runner does get down to second base successfully. A small ball is working for Coach Womack tonight so far.
That'll take us to Matthew Wynn. He'll take a look at ball one way inside.
Okay.
Wynn will take a cut at this one as it heads to right field. And the right fielder has lost it. It's in for a base hit. The runner had to hold up. Murphy will go to third on the base hit by Matthew Wynn. He sent it to right field a couple of times in the previous game. This one drops in for a hit. The right fielder, Granger, lost it.
The only thing, I mean, the wind is still swirling out there in right field. It was a tough play for the players in the first game. And I don't know if he lost it in the lights or what happened there, but he looked like he had a beat on it, and then it fell.
He came in towards it, then his hands went up and wide, and just seemingly lost the position of where the ball was going to land. It fell about 2 or 3 feet in front of him. So there's runners on the corners now for London Prater, the DH. This one's going to go in and out of the glove of Bryce Thompson, the catcher, but it'll stay in front of him for ball one. An excellent opportunity to start the ball game here in the top of the first for Arlington. Can they capitalize? Murphy, the runner at third. Wynn, the runner at first. And that'll be a called strike at the plate. Runner is going. Wynn is in safely, standing up. Very late throw and high by Thompson, and there's 2 men in scoring position now with 1 out.
You know, the clutch hits were at a premium in the first game, so we're looking to see the Colt bats come alive here and get some of these runners that are in scoring position home.
Even a hit into the outfield should be enough to bring Murphy in. Strike is called at the plate. It's 1-2. Special thanks to our friends at John Wade Roofing for presenting this video coverage that we can give you all tonight. It's a beautiful night for baseball. This one smacked to right center field. That could be trouble. It's headed for the gap, and it's a base hit. It's headed all the way to the 375. 1 run is home. 2 runs are home. The runner's headed for third. And in with a 2 RBI triple, it's London Prater.
What a great hit by London as he gives the big slam dunk sign and the dugout responds. As Murphy comes around third to score, Wynn motors around from second, and the Colts play 2 runs to start the game against the number 15 team in the state.
The designated hitter does his job as Ave Alvarado digs in and takes a look at ball 1 away. This This one smacked to right field. This could be enough for Prater. It's grabbed. He tags up. The relay's cut off at second, and the sacrifice fly gives Arlington their third run. An F9 RBI, 2 away, but Arlington clears the bases in the right way this time. After having trouble bringing those men in from scoring position last ball game, they are quickly in front here. First pitch swinging, and it's going to be up and out of the way for Jeremiah Taylor.
Jeremiah Taylor's pops just got here in time to see his son come up to bat for his first time in the second game. Always glad to see Mr. Taylor and the family here.
He's going to try to tap this one to the pitcher. It's a foot race to first, and they say they got him in time. Maybe by a half a step, the 1-3 putout will retire the inning, but not before Arlington plates 3 quick ones here in the top of the first. It's Arlington 3, and the Pioneers coming to the plate. This is high school baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. Taqueria Taco Express is now the official taqueria of Zach Arnold Productions. They feature 3 convenient locations, including 2 in Arlington and the original site on the Grand Prairie border at I-20 in Great Southwest. Their Taco Tuesday special includes 5 tacos and an agua fresca for just $10. Made from scratch with authentic recipes, you can place single or bulk orders online by going to taqueriatacoexpress.com.
If you're like me and need printed materials to get your brand out there to the community, then you need Eka Signs. Conveniently located in central Arlington, Eka features a wide selection of shirts, hats, banners, yard signs, acrylics, magnets for your car, magnets for your fridge, tumblers, A-frames, and more. Call Eka at 817-617-2229 for more information and tell them Zap sent you.
Arlington plated 3 in that top of the first, and those first runs of the game scored by the Colts is their taco tally. All first runs of the game are presented by our friends at Taqueria Taco Express this season. Visit any of their 4 locations on Taco Tuesday for their $10 meal special. Let's flip the sheet and take a look at who Arlington will be squaring off against. Leading off and playing second base, Johan Infante. Batting second and playing center field, Kobe McBride. Batting third and playing first base, Mason Bell. Batting cleanup and catcher, Bryce Thompson. Batting fifth and playing third base, Colton Kersey. Batting sixth, the DH, Mac Lerma. Batting seventh at shortstop, Xander Thacker. Batting eighth and playing right field, Landon Granger. And did I say left field? Right field. Left fielder is Trent Prosperi, and he'll round out the order for Boswell. Defensively for Arlington, at first base, it's Matthew Wynn. At second base, it's Hayden White. At third base, it's Abe Alvarado. Mason Hensley is playing shortstop. Cody Cleveland gets his first varsity start in left field. Gannon Howard gets the start in center. And playing right field but being DH'd for is Yadir Gamez. Behind the plate, it's the 2-time reigning Defensive Player of the Year for District 8 6A, Jeremiah Taylor. And on the mound, number 4, Danny Bustamante. Very exciting top of the first inning. Arlington plating 3 against the host Boswell Pioneers. But now they have an opportunity to answer under the direction of Coach Josh Stone, the defending 3-6A district champion. Digs into batter's box here in the bottom of the first inning. Bustamante fires in a slider for strike 1 called to the second baseman, Johan Infante. Off speed, hits the corner, strike 2. Check swing. Good job by Infante laying off of that one. It's ball number 1. Pops, I always talk about this, but thanks to my marriage to my lovely wife, I'm now distantly related to the Bustamante family. And he will get the call for strike number 3. What a way to start with the backwards K of the leadoff man.
Yep, I've met the Bustamante family at some of your family events, and just great people, great baseball family. And we're so glad to see, I mean, Danny's just a junior. We've already seen him play for 2 years.
We get to hang out with them for another year.
It's like he's been around forever. And that's a benefit for Colt baseball.
Kobe McBride, center fielder number 8, digs into the lefty batter's box. And he'll take a look at strike number 1. Only one ball issued to start this bottom of the first inning so far. Danny Bustamante firing on all cylinders. And strike 2 on the corner, painting it with that off-speeder.
His pitches are working. That curveball is breaking right into the zone.
The 0-2. He'll offer at it, goes off of the end of the bat towards Coach Stone along the third baseline. And it will stay 0-2.
Kind of an excuse me swing there by McBride.
My bad.
Ricochet off the bat down towards the third base coaching box.
Right.
Bustamante quickly up in the count.
And that is just the second ball issued this inning. It is low and inside. It's 1-2.
Zach, I believe we have the same home plate umpire we had in the first game, so Bustamante saw where his zone was in that first game.
Yeah, probably too tight of a turnaround to switch uniforms and positions as McBride fouls this one out of play. As long as the umpires communicate and they're on board with staying in the same alignment that they were previously, then it's pretty easy to just say, you know what, I'm going to leave the chest plate on and do it again. We'll do the 1-2 again. This one's ripped right to Hensley. He'll play it on the hop. No, he made the grab, and that will be out number 2. So he did.
I thought
he
it
did get
one-hopped
that
him.
one. He did get that one off of the ground, so it'll be an L6 because he catches that liner. And it's 2 up, 2 down for Bustamante. That'll take us to Mason Bell, first baseman this evening. First pitch swinging, that's headed for center field. Howard's on his horse, retreating, jumping, making the grab. It's a 1-2-3 half inning for Arlington defensively, and we're headed to the second with a 3-run lead. You're watching High School Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Zap wants to thank the following people who helped make our tournament coverage possible. Our meal sponsors, Kristen Crocker, Nathan Gutierrez, Gloria Weber, the Madden family, the Hensley family, the Laney family, Bill and Betsy Starnes, and Armando Dercol. And our lodging sponsors, Holly Hensley Life Insurance, the PDA Advocacy Group, Lynn Wynn, Jake and Sharon Damon, the Hammond family, Patty Bustamante, and Bella and Sam Howard. A special thanks to my wife Edna, whose constant support makes all of this possible. If you appreciate our tournament coverage, please consider sending a Venmo tip to the username @ZachTheVoice and list the name of the broadcaster you want to tip in the memo.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
Welcome back to live action here on the campus of Boswell High School, Pioneer Ballpark, in the second game of the Drew Medford Memorial Tournament for your Colt baseball team. Dropped the first one to Lake Belton 4-1, but already a 3 spot on the board here.
Fantastic.
As we head into the top of the second inning, as the Colts plated Bustamante, Wynn, and Prater. Prater with a huge triple, and heading into the top of the second, a nice lead. The Colts will send the 7, 8, 9 batters to the plate this inning. Gannon Howard will lead off playing center field tonight. Hayden White will be on deck, and Cody Cleveland will get his first swing at the plate tonight, playing right field for the Colts and batting in the 9th spot, third up this inning. Colts sent 6 runners to the plate in that last inning. Jeremiah Taylor really surprised us with laying down a bunt attempt and almost legged it out. Very, very aggressive strategy by Coach Womack and Taylor. Fun first inning for us to call.
Let's hope the rest of the game is just as exciting.
We can hope. Gannon Howard steps to the plate. We saw Gannon Howard take 1 yard over the left field fence during the tournament down in Midlothian over the weekend. Had some power and some pop.
The Doolin Memorial Tournament. It makes me think of that old song, Dooley.
Yeah. This will be Casey Dalton's second inning of work, and he squares to bunt. He's going to leg it out, get to first base to throw. He's going to be close.
They're going to
Okay,
call
they called him out
interference.
on interference. He was actually to the base on time, but the home plate umpire overruled the call at first because of interference. So Gannon was running inside the baseline and impeding the throw of the catcher, and so he is out.
What is that, a dead ball?
It's a dead ball. I'm just going to put interference, INT on there.
INT, that's all you can.
Yep. That'll bring up Hayden White. His first at bat for the ball game this evening. Hayden was hit by a pitch and grounded out and struck out in the first game. See if he can keep up with the rest of his teammates here and get the bat on the ball here. And there's a hit up the middle. Ranging to his right is Infante. He throws to first, and he's safe at first. Hayden White legs that one out.
What a great piece of running.
Yeah, he hit the ball straight up the middle. Infante was running away from first base to snag the ball, and he had to turn and throw across his body, and White legged it out. Give White an infield hit all the way on that one, and that'll bring up Cody Cleveland for his first at bat. Left-handed batting Cleveland. Steps into that left-handed batting box. The left-handed pitcher throws a curveball, and it's in there for a called strike one. Casey Dalton able to stare straight on at the runner at first base, as he's a southpaw, man after my own heart. Next delivery is low and down in the proverbial dirt for ball one. All AstroTurf field, beautiful ballpark here at Pioneer Ballpark at Boswell High School. Everything is AstroTurf, including the brown dirt. And next delivery is in there for a strike.
And the pitcher's mound.
Pitcher's mound and all the infield areas, all brown turf.
Umpire signals a 1-1. So the scoreboard, or maybe it's 1-2?
I think it's 1-2.
Runner
Swung
goes
on and missed. Runner goes down to second base, and he's in there safely.
So a stolen base for White, but a strikeout for Cleveland.
Strikeout swinging. Second out of the inning, but a runner at second base now in Hayden White, and it takes us back to the top of the order in Danny Bustamante, who got a base hit in his first at bat. Runner in scoring position. Another base hit would likely plate the runner. See if we can get some more timely hitting here with runners in scoring position.
Bustamante got a single in his previous at bat and had 2 singles to left field in the game against Lake Belton just a few moments ago.
First pitch is swung on and lifted to center field. McBride is floating under it, comes in, and he makes the catch for the third out. So that will take care of the Colts in this top of the second inning with a fly out to 8. We'll take a little break here as we go into a transition. This is Colt Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Hey Arlington residents, if you're like me and tired of rising insurance rates, then it's time to make the switch to Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services. Since 1984, they've been your trusted local insurance experts, offering competitive quotes for all your needs. Auto, homeowners, umbrella, renters, boats, and even classic cars. Why settle for less when you can get the best? Compare coverages today and see how much you can save by visiting chapman-cornelius.com. Chapman Cornelius, your local insurance partner since 1984.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Extraordinaria y auténtica comida mexicana, aquí encontrarás el mejor menú para el paladar más exigente. Puedes visitarlos en una de sus 3 sucursales ubicadas en Arlington y en Green Prairie. No te pierdas de su grandioso especial todos los martes, Taco Tuesday, de 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrarnos o hacer un pedido, visítalos a su página web taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Welcome back to Pioneer Ballfield as we come back from a commercial break for the commercial that I love to hate, that wonderful commercial from Taco Express. I love that plate of food. They have some fantastic food from Taqueria Taco Express.
They do.
And looking at that commercial and that plate of food just makes me hungry. So here we go with the bottom of the second inning. After going down 1-2-3 in the first inning, the Pioneers will send their 4, 5, 6 batters to the plate. Bryce Thompson, the catcher, will lead off. Colton Kersey, the third baseman, will be on deck, and Mac Lerma, the designated hitter, is in the hole. Danny Bustamante with a near-perfect first inning. Has a strikeout to his credit, a line out to short, and a fly to right field. Very, very effective fastball and curveball. We'll see if he can keep it going here. Bryce Thompson settles in for his first at bat this evening. Houston winds and pitches. Swung on and tipped into the glove of Taylor for strike one. Taylor, one of the premier defensive catchers in the district, able to hang on to that tipped ball into his glove.
You don't want to run on that, young man.
Next ball is fouled to the right side over the third base dugout where the Colts are residing, and it's quickly 0-2 for Bustamante. Bustamante consistently in that first inning working ahead in the count.
Doing the same here tonight, this inning.
And a called looking strike for Bustamante is the first out of the inning.
It's how he started the first inning. It's how he'll start the second inning, and I have a feeling it won't be the last.
Bustamante firing on all cylinders so far this ball game. Stepping into the left-handed batting box, third baseman Colton Kersey. One out in the inning, the first pitch from Busta at the knees for a called strike one.
His placement is just on it right now.
Good speed on that fastball, and when that curveball breaks, it catches the batter's flat-footed like that one did. There's that curveball for a called strike two.
This is just nasty. He is feeling it right now.
Yep, he is on fire. 0-2 pitch to Kersey. The curveball floats outside just a little bit.
You know, that's okay. You've done it successfully a couple of times in a row. Try your luck, and if he offers at it, then great. If he doesn't, you still are ahead.
1-2 delivery. Fastball a little bit low and away for ball two.
Either a fastball or a slider. I think he was trying to attack that lower half of the zone. It's either a 12-6 or a slider, but he's got good velocity. It's just a matter of placement.
2-2 delivery. Curveball floats outside that time for ball three. Count runs full.
You know, credit to the third baseman. He started behind in the count 0-2. He's worked it back full. This is a quality at-bat, a quality battle between these two young men.
Bustamante comes set. The payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike three.
Brought him back with the slider and got him to offer at it. If he lays off of it, that's probably ball four. But as it stands, it's 2 up and 2 down.
We see the Haltom baseball team filing into the ballpark here, scouting their opponents for the first district game. Most likely.
It's nice to have an evening off where you can come and see who your first district opponent's going to be next week.
First pitch to Mac Lerma is fouled off for strike one.
Pops is going to be on the call for that game on Tuesday evening between the Buffaloes and the Colts. The last time those two teams played at Haltom High, it went to extra innings, so it should be another fun battle.
0-1 pitch is a fastball outside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Bustamante definitely solidifying himself as a candidate for the district rotation with the type of placement that he's got in this ball game and the attacking the zone he's been able to do all of this tournament schedule.
Curveball hangs high that time. 2 balls and 1 strike.
And you know, Pops, I've noticed that we haven't seen Abraham Alvarado, who's playing the hot corner. I would fully expect him to be one of the starters in tomorrow's action.
He's had some quality outings so far, as that ball is in there for a called strike two. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on the number 6 hole hitter, Mac Lerma. Mac, the designated hitter for the Pioneers in this ball game. The curveball called strike three, looking 3 Ks to end the inning. 2 of them looking, 1 of them swinging, and the Pioneers go down in order. 1, 2, 3. This is Colt Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be this right after back.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Rami Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Rami Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
PDA Advocacy Group would like to remind you that autism is a wide spectrum of neurological differences and it's on the rise, now affecting 1 in 36 Americans and more cases found in males. Those with autism have trouble with social interactions, communication, and can engage in repetitive or self-harming behaviors. While the causes of autism are still being researched, we can begin to learn more by visiting nationalautismassociation.org. Fans, the third inning is presented by our friends at Ika Signs. Located in the heart of Arlington, they offer same-day production on certain rush orders and offer a wide catalog of custom print materials. Call 817-617-2229 to find out how Ika Signs can help your brand's visibility.
Oh,
Mason
hit by
Hensley
pitch.
gets clipped to start this third inning, and the leadoff man is aboard for Arlington. Just can't quite put the placement on that where he wanted it.
Coach Hensley not able to video much of that at bat for Mason.
There wasn't that much to record. The HBP puts a man aboard for Matthew Wynn, who got a single to right field after it got lost in the lights. He'll take a look at strike one here from Casey Dalton. The southpaw will check on the runner over at first. He's back in plenty of time. We've had 0 dropped frames tonight. Our production is immaculate. I am so excited to have everybody joining us for what might be one of the best broadcasts we've had all season. And that's a great base hit by Matthew Wynn to right field. Hensley's rounding second. He's headed for third. It's a single for Matt Wynn, but there's runners on the corners and nobody out here in the top of the third.
Mason Hensley really motoring around the base paths to make it from first to third on that little dinker into right field. Wynn's been getting all his hits out in that direction and getting a lot of power behind it. But that one was just enough to get in front of the right fielder, Landon Granger, to drop in for a base hit. So.
And, you know, that's something we've been talking about in previous games is Arlington's been making solid contact, but they've been hitting it to where the defense is. So far in this ball game, they are sending it to where the defense is not. And there's runners on the corners with a 3-run lead.
And nobody out.
This is going to go down that left line. That's a fair ball. Hensley makes it 4-0. Wynn's being waved around third. Here comes the batter, the throw to third, the slide, the tag. It's in time, but 2 runs come across on the base hit by London Prater. He's got a triple and a double and a couple more RBI.
Boswell coach comes out and has some question on that last play.
That was a big hit down that left field line, a long recovery for Prosperi. He's able to get the cutoff in time as the appeal is made of some sorts that the umpires are conferring on just to the right of the pitcher's mound. As it stands right now, Hensley and Wynn both come in to score.
Waiting on the call from the umpires here. Why are they calling the runner?
Runner out at third is what they're
Prater.
saying. So
Okay.
Prater is out at third, and Womack is asking for an explanation now.
I'm not sure why the Boswell coach would question a call that had already been made.
And now Womack is arguing his case closer to third base. I think he's saying that the field umpire made a call that the home plate umpire had a better view of.
Oh, absolutely.
And saying you should have been the one to make that call because you can see up the baseline better than the field umpire can see the tag being applied. He really wants Prater to be safe at third. And he continues to talk to the home plate umpire as he pretends to be talking to his next batter in Abe Alvarado. Says, do you see how far away you are? He says, you did not see it. Womack is asking for it as the field umpire now sends him back up to the coach's box. This is the hottest we've seen Coach Womack all tournament season.
Generally very mild-mannered, but he is very vocal here about that play at third base on the Prater.
I mean, he wanted a second triple for Prater, and who can blame him? But it'll be a double and 2 RBI, and Arlington pads the lead. It's now 5-0.
And just 1 out in the inning so far. Bases are clear now, but 1 out in the inning.
Ball 1 to A.B. Alvarado. And he's going to smack this one up the middle for a base hit to center field. Good piece of hitting by Abe Alvarado, putting it where the defense is not.
That's exactly what you were saying earlier in the inning, that the Colts this time are getting the bat on the ball, and it's going where the defense is not this time. Here comes JT Taylor.
Pops, I'm going to say this as quietly as I can so that the Boswell faithful don't hear me.
Okay.
How are these guys undefeated?
Yeah.
First pitch is into JT for a called strike 1. I mean, we're not too far away from the batter's boxes, and these young men are rather diminutive in stature. I wonder who they've been playing that they have started the season this undefeated. All the way outside to JT.
There is a lot of baseball to play yet tonight, so we'll see how strong Bustamante continues in his defense of this lead from the pitcher's mound.
JT pops this one up in the air. It's playable for Thompson. He's chasing, and he will not make the catch. Foul ball, says the home plate umpire, who took his mask off as well to keep an eye on the activity there. Thompson threw his mask to try to get a beat on it. Just missed it. And JT will dig in for the 1-2. A glance at first. This one's going to get lofted to center field, but it should be playable for McBride. He'll make the grab, and JT will fly out to center field. That'll end the inning, but not before Arlington plates a couple more, and the lead is extended to 5-0. We're headed to the bottom of the third. Arlington leads Boswell. And this is High School Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
A-frames that bring their A game. The next time you need to get your brand out to the community, go with the printers who are in your community, Ika Signs. With everything from wall signs to banners, printed tees to hats, Ika can even do same-day rush orders on select products. Visit ikasigns.com/shop to see their full list. That's ikasigns.com/shop. Ika Signs, a partner of Zach Arnold Productions.
So some clarification as we make an adjustment to our scoreboard. Arlington only gets 1 run. We finally figured out that the appeal from Coach Stone was that one of the runners running around third base, Matthew Wynn, did not touch the bag when he came in to score. So Coach Stone's appeal was successful, resulting in another out and taking a run off of the board for Arlington. That's why Womack was so heated, Pops. It takes a run off of Arlington's lead. It's only 4-0 now.
Yeah, on the appeal, that's why the Boswell coach was out appealing, was because he was appealing that Wynn had missed the bag when he rounded the third base, and they called him out on appeal. I was missing an out on my score sheet.
Yep.
I was trying to figure out, where was that third out?
Yep, and that's where it was. So JT's F8 ended the inning. Hensley led off. Then Wynn got the single and advanced a couple of times, but missed third base coming in to score. Prater got the double and only gets credit for 1 RBI now instead of 2. And then he was out trying to take third, which would be the second out of that sequence. Abe Alvarado with a single to center, and then JT flies out to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the third. It is 4-0 instead of 5-0, but Arlington seems to have enough firepower and enough defense that we can make it 5-0 possibly by the next inning.
Well, it's still nice to see us 4 spot on the board with Bustamante pitching as powerfully as he is so far through these first 2 innings.
That will be tough to overcome.
I mean, he's already got 4 strikeouts in the game, and he struck out the side in their last at bat, and they're only sending their 7, 8, 9 batters to the plate this game.
Xander Thacker, Landon Granger, and Trent Prosper, the next men up for the Pioneers. And that off speed drops in for strike one. Swing and a miss. Slider dips out underneath the cut. It's 0-2. Play is signaled. Busta turns and fires. Can't quite find the zone there. It'll be a ball and 2 strikes. JT tried to frame it, tried to get the call, did not get it. 1-2. Fouled up and fouled away. JT looking for it, trying to make the grab, and he gets the beat on it and gets the foul out to 2. Great defense by the reigning District Defensive Player of the Year.
What a play to track that, get the helmet off, be able to see it hold up in the wind that's coming in from the third base side. He circled, he did a full 360 behind the plate there before he caught up to that thing.
That'll take us to the right fielder, Landon Granger. Bustamante rightfully waits for the ambient music to stop before he delivers. It'll be a called ball, number 1. Granger gets a ball 2 call on the outside corner there. It's 2-0. Donna Nipper in the YouTube chat tuning in to game number 2 of our doubleheader as the off-speed dips in. If you're tuning in live, join the comments section. You have to subscribe to the channel and be subscribed for 10 minutes. And then you can join the chat as well and tell us where you're tuning in from as ball 3 is delivered away to Landon Granger.
That one was close. The umpire backed up like he thought about it for just a second. Then he laid off it for the ball.
Fouled away. A nice cut by Granger, but can't put it in play. And we've got a countdown on the scoreboard. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 3, 2, 1. Play is signaled. Busta's payoff pitch. Fouled away. It'll stay 3-2. Pinstripes seem to be the fashion here at Pioneer Park. They got the vest going here. As this one's lofted to left field, Cody Cleveland on his horse, and he will dive and make the grab for the F7. Way to go, Cody Cleveland.
Great play, ranging from his left field spot towards the line, and dove for that ball and hauled it in and held on to it. Good opening play for your first varsity start, Cody Cleveland.
Out number 2, and it's the 9 spot, Trent Prosper, trying to keep the inning alive for the Pioneers. Swing and a miss. Fastball blows right by him for strike 1.
Just can't catch up to Bustamante's heat tonight.
And it's quickly strike number 2 to Prosper. Low and away. Tried to get him to offer at it. He would not. Bustamante's 1-2. JT tried to frame it. Blue says no.
The fans let out a collective whoa, and down at third base, Abe Alvarado made a little hop out there. It was like, oh, man.
We'll try it again. The 2-2 is out of play. Is that the softball announcer behind us? Or is there something going on at the Boswell football field? I keep hearing a microphone when I'm not supposed to be hearing one during a baseball game. So it's got to be coming from somewhere else. It's an athletic complex here. And he'll get the backwards K call here. He's faced 9 batters, and 5 of them have been retired on strikes. Bustamante has plowed through the Pioneer batting order, and the Colts lead 4-0. We're headed to the 4th inning. This is High School Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades, and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com. Looking for the most unique gift for your student or athlete? Local Legends Figures has you covered. The custom 6-inch figures are designed with you and your legend in mind. They even immortalize yours truly with a custom, never-before-used model to create a Zach the Voice figure for my 30th birthday. Huge thanks to our friends at Local Legends Figures. See pricing and place orders at locallegendsfigures.com.
Welcome back to action in the top of the 4th inning as the Colts continue with a 4-0 lead. Bustamante is on fire, putting the Pioneers up and down 1-2-3 in the first 3 innings.
So fun to watch.
So he is really clicking on all cylinders. All of his pitches are working tonight. Colts will send the 7, 8, 9 batters to the plate in this top of the 4th inning. Gannon Howard will lead off. Hayden White will be on deck. And Cody Cleveland, the man who made the great catch for his first start on a varsity game, great catch in left field to get an out for the Colts.
Yeah, Howard had the right idea in his last at-bat, trying to leg out a single, and he probably would have made it if he had been on the correct side of the baseline.
We have a new pitcher on for the Pioneers, number 34.
Well, I got to go and take a look at my lineup.
Gannon Howard leading off. His first pitch from the new pitcher is a curveball that floats outside for ball 1.
34 is Moses Norris, like Chuck Norris and Moses from the Bible.
Well, I hope he's not as invincible as Chuck Norris. What was his first name, really?
Moses.
Moses. Second pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. I got stuck on Chuck and almost wrote it on my score sheet.
Oh, sorry.
Moses Norris on the pitch for the Pioneers here in the top of the 4th inning. Number 34 on the mound. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. That curveball hangs high, never does break for a second ball. 2 balls, 1 strike to the leadoff batter here in the top of the 4th, Gannon Howard. 2-1 delivery. Swung on and hit towards the gap in left center. It's going to flow and go on 1 hop to Colby McBride, who gets it back in. But the runner goes all the way to second, and he makes it there safely as Gannon Howard on a double. He stretched a single into a double, but we're going to call it and score it a double all the way.
That's a double. That was some hard running. It was good job by the center fielder McBride getting up to that and getting the throw in, but just better base running. He was going the whole way and is able to slide underneath the tag. That's a double for Howard.
That'll bring up tonight's second baseman, Hayden White. Hayden got a single in his last at bat. Be great to see another one of those clutch hits here and maybe bring Howard around. First pitch looked at on the outside corner for strike number 1. So far, Norris seems to be pitching a steady stream of breaking balls.
Of off speed.
It's just haven't seen a fastball from him yet.
It's just a matter of timing then. Time your swing properly.
The 0-1 pitch as he takes a look at Howard at second. There's that fastball, but it's inside and over the head of Hayden White.
See, and now we understand why the fastball doesn't get called as often.
Yeah, White has to spin out of the way of that one to prevent being bonked there. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Norris pitch, another curveball, breaks outside.
Decent placement, but better vision there by White.
Yeah. 2 balls, 1 strike. Norris set, takes a look at Howard, and the throw. Howard's on his way to third. Swing and miss. Throw down to third. And the runner, Howard, is out at third. Good play by Bryce Thompson.
Good throw by Thompson. It was supposed to be a hit and run. White couldn't connect.
So 1 out in the inning now as the runner is erased, and Hayden White's count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good play there by Bryce Thompson. Good strike down to third base. Good Good tag by Corsi. Everything had to work just right, and it did.
They had him beat by a solid step.
Yep.
I don't know if Howard had a bad break on the pitch, but he should have been fast enough to leg that one out.
That last pitch to Hayden White was high and tight. Ball 3. Thompson goes out to talk to his pitcher, make sure they've got their signs straight.
Yeah, you've got to communicate those things when you've got a new pitcher on the mound. Make sure everybody's on the same page.
Everybody's reset. The payoff pitch coming from Norris. Strikeout looking for Hayden White.
He disagrees.
2 outs in the inning now.
It looked like it was a little bit away.
I'm not sure why the Pioneers were trying to leave the field.
They thought that was out number 3.
The pitcher and the catcher were both halfway to the dugout before they turned around. That'll bring up Cody Cleveland, his second at bat in his varsity career.
Howard doubled and then was caught stealing. White struck out for out number 2.
First pitch to Cody Cleveland is a ball. Cody struck out his first time at bat tonight.
That's a weird walk of shame, having to go back to the mound.
Mm-hmm. Curveball swung on and hit, tapped out to second base. Infante makes the play and throws it to first for the 3rd out of the inning. Now they can go to the
Now
dugout.
you can go back, and now we can talk about the 4th inning stretch, which is presented by our friends at Taqueria Taco Express. They feature a wide, authentic menu and can solve any Mexican food craving. Order online to collect points you can redeem for free food, or go on Taco Tuesday to get 5 tacos and a large agua fresca for just $10. We'll be right back with more high school baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. Taqueria Taco Express is now the official taqueria of Zach Arnold Productions. They feature 3 convenient locations, including 2 in Arlington and the original site on the Grand Prairie border at I-20 and Great Southwest. Their Taco Tuesday special includes 5 tacos and an agua fresca for just $10. Made from scratch with authentic recipes, you can place single or bulk orders online by going to taqueriatacoexpress.com.
If you're a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage, or perhaps just navigating the complexities of Medicare, look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent agency with over 50 years of experience, specializing in tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need property, liability, commercial auto, or even life and health insurance, their agents can help you feel secure in selecting the insurance you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott today at 817-265-3346.
Back to live action here at Pioneer Park on the campus of Boswell High School. The Colts' second ball game in the Drew Medford Memorial Tournament. And they have a 4-0 lead on the number 15 team in the state, the Boswell Pioneers, as the Pioneers are just now in the bottom of the 4th inning getting back to the top of their order.
Crazy.
Bustamante has been on fire, setting them up and down. 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3, has 5 strikeouts in the ballgame. And let's see how he does against Infante, McBride, and Bell, the 1-2-3 batters. First pitch is fouled off to the third base side for strike 1.
For those of you who don't exactly know where Boswell High School is, if you know where Meacham Airport is off of North 820, you got to go more north than that and then a little bit west of Saginaw in order to get here. You take Business 287 all the way down to Bailey Boswell Road and you eventually come across it. But it is about as far outside of the outer limits of the Fort Worth Township as you can possibly get. I'm actually surprised this counts as Fort Worth city limits.
But if you didn't want to make the drive, Zach Arnold Productions is here for you. As Bustamante jumps up in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes on the leadoff batter, Johan Infante. Taps this one to Mason Hensley at shortstop. Hensley gobbles it up, throws it over to Wynn for the out. 6-3 on the play. And we have 1 out in the inning. Colby McBride now, the 2-hole hitter for the Pioneers. Lined out to Hensley his last at bat. McBride playing center field for the Pioneers in this ball game. I am not going to mention the fact that so
Nope.
far
We're not saying
we're
it.
not going to
Nope.
go there.
We're not
Okay.
saying it. Nope.
Not going there.
Nope.
First pitch to McBride, swung on and fouled behind the third base dugout. First strike number 1 for Mr. Bustamante. One pitch hitting there for a called strike 2. McBride looking at one that was right down the pipe. Quickly, the count goes to 0-2. Bustamante consistently pitching ahead in the count this evening. The 0-2 delivery. Curveball that curves a little bit too low that time. The umpire walks away kind of shaking his head, goes, it was close, but it wasn't quite there. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Kobe McBride. Pitch. A little bit down in the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on the number 2 batter, Kobe McBride. Bustamante takes a little walk around the mound, resets himself. The 2-2 pitch. Curveball caught out looking. Number 6 strikeout on the evening.
Wheelin' and dealin' is the junior number 4, and it's another 2 up, 2 down. Mason Bell flew out to center field in the first inning, has not made his way back to the batter's box until now here with 2 outs in the 4th.
This is wind and delivery is a little bit high and tight for ball 1.
And that's the first time that we have seen his fastball go a little bit too high. His placement there was truly off, but that's 1 out of maybe 2 or 3 that he has been off key on so far tonight.
Curveball in there for a called strike 1. Count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. Boost is wind and delivery. Swung on and hit to first base. Wynn makes the play. Tosses it over to Bustamante covering. And it's another 1-2-3 inning for Danny Bustamante and the Colts. As we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, it's Arlington 4, Boswell 0. Colts coming up to bat right after this. This is Arlington High Baseball on Zach Arnold Productions, presented by John Wade Roofing.
If you're like me and need printed materials to get your brand out there to the community, then you need Eka Signs. Conveniently located in central Arlington, Eka features a wide selection of shirts, hats, banners, yard signs, acrylics, magnets for your car, magnets for your fridge, tumblers, A-frames, and more. Call Eka at 817-617-2229 for more information and tell them Zap sent you.
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hear Zach talk about things beyond the realm of sport, catch him with me, Ben Hart, on the Intergalactic Peace Coalition podcast. For nearly a decade, we've been geeking out on IPC about our favorite nerdy things. We have a back catalog of over 350 episodes diving into sci-fi and fantasy stories like no one else. Find the Intergalactic Peace Coalition at ipcpodcast.podbean.com or download via your favorite podcast app.
To the 5th inning we go here at Pioneer Park. Arlington with a 4-0 advantage, and it's all thanks to the young man who's going to be leading things off. He has faced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 batters, and half of them have been retired on strikeouts. Like, your ratio does not get much better than that when you have 12 batters faced, 6 of them strikeouts, and now Danny Bustamante trying to help his own cause as he is 1 for 2 on the evening with a single and a flyout. He'll be leading things off. Mason Hensley on deck, Matthew Wynn in the hole for your Colts here on what has turned into a chilly but still beautiful evening for baseball here on this Thursday night. Thanks so much to everyone who's tuning in to tonight's broadcast. High and tight for ball 1 to start things off for Bustamante.
Norris on for his 2nd inning of action. Didn't like that baseball. Traded it out for another one.
Hey, my friend Joey Mays is joining us in the chat all the way from Pennsylvania. Is my chat probation over, he says. Right back up the middle. That's a base hit to center field for Bustamante.
Boosting his own effort with that base hit to lead off the top of the 5th.
And Murphy will come in as the courtesy runner for the pitcher. Colin Murphy running at first base for the Colts. Yeah, Joey hosts a sports show called the Joe Mays and Jay Raff Show. He's been a long-time supporter and listener of the IPC podcast, which we just ran an ad for. Before there was Colt Varsity and before there was Zap, there was IPC. That's what gave me the confidence behind the microphone to even start any of this. And Joey was there for all of that. This one's in the air. Hensley popping it to right. Playable for and caught by Granger, and Murphy will have to retreat back to first base on the F9.
A little bit too much air on that one, as the right fielder Granger was able to drift to his left towards the baseline and haul that one in for the first out. Bustamante will trot back to first base, and that'll bring up Hensley.
Nope, Win.
Sorry, Win. Hensley's the one that popped out.
Hensley just was retired. Murphy running for Busta, and he'll have to go back to first base on the check down. After 3 innings, Moses Norris has come in relief of Casey Dalton. And that off-speed dips in for a belt-high strike to win. 0-1. Yeah, I heard a whistle just now. There's something going on at the football field behind us. Runner goes. Ball is the call, and the throw is wide. It's a clean steal for Colin Murphy into second base.
Yep, Thompson threw that one to the shortstop side of the bag, and it made it too difficult for the player, for his defenseman, to get back to the speedy Hensley. Sorry,
Murphy. Colin Murphy running at second base. Tapper up the third baseline, foul 1-2. Matthew Wynn is 2 for 2 on the evening in this ball game with a couple of singles to right field. He was called out on a very controversial missed third base when rounding the hit by Prater. Has not hurt Arlington though, as they still lead 4-0. And he'll put this one in play, headed for second base. It's going to be a tough play. The bang, bang, and they say he's out at first. Infante to Bell on the 4-3 put out of Matthew Wynn. But it does move the runner another 90 feet. 2 away now for London Prater, who is 2 for 2 on the evening as well, trying to bring Murphy in from third base.
That was a tough play for the second baseman Infante. Again, charging towards second base to field the ball, turn, throw across his body, and for Bell to haul it in. So credit where credit's due. Good defense there by the Pioneers.
Off speed finds the outside corner for a 0-1 count to London Prater. He has driven in all but one of Arlington's runs so far. This one's off the wrist in foul territory. Bell giving chase towards the Arlington dugout, and he'll make the grab for the foul out of Prater, and that will end the Arlington threat. Colts get a man as far as third base, but get him no further. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. The Colts still lead by 4. This is High School Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Las albercas en Texas necesitan servicios durante todo el año. Romy Pools brinda servicios de calidad, incluyendo limpieza, mantenimiento y reparaciones. Llama al número 469-951-0107 para una consulta gratuita y pregunta por Roberto. Romy Pools, haremos que te enamores de tu alberca de nuevo.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Bottom of the 5th inning about to get underway here at the home of the Pioneers, and right now the Pioneers have struggled to find a base runner. They've been set down in order each of the previous 4 innings, and they'll be sending the heart of their order, 4, 5, 6, Thompson, Kersey, and Lerma to the plate to try to break that. Bustamante doing what has been asked of him and then some, facing 12 batters and striking out 6 of them. And he's got enough run support to maintain that lead. It's 4-0 in favor of Arlington with just a couple of innings left for the home team to mount a rally, Pops.
It's been an impressive outing so far. He's got good command of his fastball and his off speed, and that has caused problems for the Pioneers trying to catch up to it so far. Bryce Thompson struck out his first time at bat, steps into the batter's box to face Bustamante.
First pitch is neck high and inside for ball 1. Probably one of the few times that Bustamante doesn't throw a first pitch strike. Time is called at the plate before Boosted can deliver the next pitch. Off speed, finds the zone, knee high for a 1-1 count. Slider goes too low for ball number 2. There have been Boswell batters that have swung and missed at that so far tonight, Pop, so I don't hate that pitch call or placement. This one's fouled up and out of play. Wynn giving chase.
Wynn's got it.
And he can't complete it. Lost his hat and everything, but it's just a harmless strike number 2.
It was a little bit out of our view. We couldn't see what actually, I thought he circled under it, and it just went right through the webbing of his glove. He must have a hole in that web. I have to get that stitched up.
Just out of our static camera viewpoint. We'll have a camera person hopefully by district play, but this still gives you about 95% of what's going on here as this one's chopped up the middle. Hensley will dive and miss the base hit to center field, and now we can say it. That breaks up Bustamante's perfect game.
I almost alluded to it in the last half inning. A heck of a ball game going here by Danny Bustamante as the Pioneers finally get something.
Thompson sneaks it past a diving Hensley. It would have been a tough throw for Hensley, even if he was able to hop on top of that. Probably would have been an infield single, but Thompson breaks up the perfect game. He had set down 12 in a row.
Courtesy runner at first base, Tyler Beery, number 14. Beery running at first.
And they'll check on him there. Now that the pressure's off a little bit, it'll be the third baseman, Colton Kersey, who takes a look at a ball here. Part of the 1-2-3 half inning that struck out the side. Wynn covering the runner at first, and time is called at the plate. He'll check over at first base again. He doesn't like how much of a lead the runner's got over there. Practice swing just outside the batter's box for Kersey. And we'll come set again for the 1-0. That one's high and away. JT with a little bit of a signal there to his pitcher to try to take a deep breath, calm down a little bit, tell him you're fine. Finally, a little bit of chatter from the Pioneer dugout along the third baseline there. As the off speed drops in, goes back to Old Faithful and gets the strike he was looking for.
Big lead off by the runner at first base, Beery.
And that'll be ball 3 as JT calls time. I have a feeling that all 3 of those pitches that have been balls were the same pitch call, and they've all gone the same direction. The only strike he's gotten in this at-bat, I think this is the first 3-ball count, possibly, of the game, unless I'm forgetting one. Bustamante's been ahead of things all evening, and his team is ahead 4-0, which is the important thing. And like you said, to be this competitive with a team ranked this highly in the state has to be a confidence boost. The 3-1. And he'll get the call to bring the count full 3-2.
That curveball has been his bread and butter tonight so far. It's breaking right into the strike zone almost every time.
3-2 the count now. Check over to first. Another courtesy tag by Matthew Wynn. And the count remains full to Colton Kersey. 0 for 1 on the evening. Just his second at-bat here in the bottom of the fifth. Payoff pitch is going to get fouled off, and the at-bat stays alive.
Another good pitch there by Bustamante. Kersey swinging to defend the plate there. Taps it foul.
Play is signaled. Pitch call comes in from the Arlington first base dugout. Payoff pitch again. Swung on and swung through. Sit down.
Strikeout number 7 for Bustamante on the evening.
First out of this inning for the designated hitter, Mac Lerma.
Mac with a K.
M-A-K. When I first saw it, I thought it was an X, but no, it's a straight line with a couple of crossing letters instead of two letters that cross and intersect each other. Another check down over to first as 23 digs into the batter's box for his first pitch of this second at-bat. Struck out looking in his previous attempt against Bustamante. And he takes a home run cut there and can't connect. Sixth spot in the order, DHing for the pitcher. That one's high and away. Arlington DHing for the right fielder, Yadier Gamez, this evening. That's Bustamante, quite capable of batting for himself. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 man on. A lot of aces here in the 5th inning. Ball 2, a little bit too high.
Lerma thought about it. Made a flinch as if he was going to try and take a hack at that one.
Probably for the best that he didn't. Overcompensating a little bit as Bustamante delivers that one too low. 3 balls and a strike now. Last pitch was too high, this one too low. Time for the Goldilocks of pitches, right down the middle. The 3-1. Swung on and missed. 3-2. We got a countdown on the scoreboard. 3, 2, 1. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bustamante with a glance over at first. Payoff pitch. And ball 4 is issued. Just barely missing the zone, not by much. The Colt faithful who made the trip out, not thrilled with that call as Lerma takes the free pass. And that'll take us to Xander Thacker. Popped one up behind home plate that Jeremiah Taylor was able to get a beat on. First man in scoring position for the Pioneers here tonight. And it comes in the bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch to the shortstop is fouled straight back into the netting. Little organ music prompting fans to clap their hands. Maybe that'll provide some heat and some friction on this chilly Thursday evening.
I was going to say, everybody's pretty much bundled up under blankets.
They're sitting under their blankets. They're sitting on their hands. We're talking just to keep ourselves warm. And that one's going to go off of his arm. 3 base runners in a row after the hit by pitch. Bases are loaded, and the tying run is to the plate in the form of Landon Granger. That will prompt a mound visit from Coach Krosno. There was a pitching change for Boswell that took place, and it happened so rapidly that we didn't get to make mention that pitching changes are presented by our friends at Ika Signs. The next time you need signs, banners, printed shirts, or other print materials, Ika Signs is the local printer to call. 817-617-0000. 2229 is the number, and tell them Zach Arnold Productions sent you. Just a mound visit here for the Colts, but there was a pitching change that took place for Boswell, so we have to get that in to say thank you to all the people that helped sponsor the program. There's been no cause for concern from Bustamante up until this point, but you have to wonder, Pops, if that single by Thompson has kind of gotten into Bustamante's head a little bit, and he needs to get out of his own head in order to get out of this one-out jam that he's in.
Or what Crosno said to him, just focus on the guy at the plate right now.
Granger flew out to Cody Cleveland in his last at-bat and takes a look at ball number 1 here, low. Single, a walk, and a hit by pitch. He's loaded the bases for Boswell here on the bottom of the 5th. Slider is too low. That's ball number 2 now from Bustamante.
Incumbent upon JT to make sure nothing gets past him at the plate. Pretty good sized backstop here. Might get the runner home from third.
It's deeper than Arlington's, but not as deep as Lamar's, but it's pretty deep. Would be sufficient. The 2-0, and he's going to throw over to first. The tag, not quite in time. A.B. Alvarado, very, very quick with the tag, almost colliding with the runner, but the field umpire says that he made it back in time, and he'll stay 2-0 at the plate. Still looks straight ahead at third base and comes home with the 2-0. Chopper foul, it'll be 2-1. White pinstripes with blue piping pins on the jerseys of the home team. Black jerseys with green piping, quite possibly our favorite uniform combination we've seen so far this young season. The 2-1. Inside, it's 3-1.
Nowhere to put him, Zach.
Skittering away from that inside pitch is the left-handed hitter, Landon Granger. 32 digs back in. You really don't want to walk in a run after such a great start to this ball game. Hitters count here to the 8th spot in the Boswell lineup. It's a 3-1. Fouls it straight back. He's worked the count full. Goes slider, fastball, or curveball for this payoff pitch.
Curveball. It's been working for him all evening.
Try to get that outside corner. Bustamante toes the rubber as the call comes in from Coach Crosno. JT relays it. Busta. With a bases loaded payoff pitch. Fastball high and away, and the first run of the game is plated for Boswell. Bases stay loaded as Granger draws the bases loaded walk RBI, and it's 4-1. Tying run is aboard. Lead run now to the plate for Trent Prosper. That will be ball number 1. And this one will get fouled out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, bases full of Pioneers. Prosperi, not Prosper, my mistake. Forgot the letter I there. My I looks like a colon, because I usually do a handwritten colon before I write down what their sequences are on my scoring sheet. Fouled right off of the mask of JT. And it'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes. Umpire will take his mask off and make his way halfway to the pitcher's mound as some of the gamesmanship and some of the unwritten rules that take place in baseball.
Give the catcher a few extra seconds
Just
to
a
collect himself.
couple of extra breaths there to collect himself. Play is signaled. And the 2-2. This one's going to go out of play along the first baseline on the berm that separates the Pioneer Park from the collective athletics facilities parking lot. Directly behind us is the softball complex, and behind us over our right shoulder is the football field. Only one parking lot for all of that. This one's in play. Hensley will make the force out. No, they're going to say he's safe. He tried to dribble it in the direction of the second baseman, White. He did not pick it up in time, and everybody is safe. 4-2 is the score now. How do you label that? That's got to be an infield hit.
It's an infield hit.
It's an infield
It's
hit.
a tough play for the defense.
And another RBI. Still just one out for the top of the order in Johan Infante. 4-2 the score now. Oh, and inside, that's ball one. How long is Bustamante's leash, Pops? He's already had a mound visit from Crosno. He's given up 2. He's only got 1 out.
I don't know. His command of his pitches just seems to have melted away here. Not as strong.
That'll be fouled away for strike number 1. The tough part is he threw a strike on that infield hit. If he's able to get it just a couple of inches lower in his placement, the bat doesn't make contact. Unfortunately, it leads to an RBI for Prosperi. Bases remain loaded. Infante will foul that one off, and the count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. Finally ahead in the count is Bustamante. Let's see if that gives him a little bit of confidence and some room to work with. Side of the shoulders. Goat-like screaming from the Boswell dugout. And it's too high. Check swing. Did he go around? Field umpire says no. 2-2.
Yeah, what is that? A Coca-Cola commercial that has the goat screaming?
It's just a meme. For some reason, high school and college age kids just like how goat screams sound, and they turn them into memes. I don't quite understand it. The closest I got to understanding it was when somebody tried to put the goat screams to music, and it sounded like the theme from Jurassic Park. Just random goat screaming I don't get. 2-2 now, 3-2. Whatever they're shouting, it seems to be working as the count runs full after a 1-2 count. Countdown on the scoreboard, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out to the second baseman, Johan Infante. Grounded out to shortstop in his last at-bat. Contact to the shortstop would be an inning-ending double play. Bustamante size. Payoff pitch. In the dirt. It's 4-3. Another base on balls RBI. 4-3 is the score now.
I don't think you can leave him out there much longer as well.
His leash is short, and his leash has expired. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is when we come back, but Bustamante with 7 strikeouts and was perfect through 4. The wheels have fallen off a little bit as we get ready for a pitching change. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is when we come back. This is High School Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. Taqueria Taco Express is now the official taqueria of Zach Arnold Productions. They feature 3 convenient locations, including 2 in Arlington and the original site on the Grand Prairie border at I-20 and Great Southwest. Their Taco Tuesday special includes 5 tacos and an agua fresca for just $10. Made from scratch with authentic recipes, you can place single or bulk orders online by going to taqueriatacoexpress.com. That call to the bullpen is the sign of a pitching change. And the next time you need signs, banners, printed shirts, or other print materials, Ika's Signs is the local printer to call. 817-617-2229 is the number. Tell them Zap sent you. New pitcher on the mound for Arlington, number 17, senior Sam Harper. Harper coming in relief for Arlington. They are clinging now to a 4-3 lead with the bases loaded and just one out here, Pops.
Yeah, difficult situation for Harper to come in to relief in this ball game. Coach Womack out there talking to his infield while Harper's warming up, talking about what the play would be. Obviously, with the bases loaded, if you get some kind of an infield hit, you're going to try and come home for the force out. Or if it's hit in the right spot, try for that double play. Get out of the inning. It's not so much a matter of the Boswell bats coming to life here as much as it's just Bustamante hit the wall.
Colt defense need to step up now as another bases loaded walk. Two of those have been issued to plate 2 runs out of the 3. The other one off of an infield single by Prosperi. Pops, I'm looking at this. Aside from Thompson's single that just barely dribbled into center field, the ball has not left the infield.
No, it has not. Hit by pitch, 3 walks, and that single, and that's all they've been able to do. So they didn't do it. They are the beneficiaries. They still have an opportunity here with the bases loaded and only 1 out.
Center fielder Kobe McBride, 0 for 2, will be the first person to face Sam Harper this evening. Harper got the start in left field that is now occupied by Cody Cleveland. Righty deliver an off speeder that gets fouled away by McBride for strike 1.
Good first pitch there by Sam Harper. Get ahead in the count and give himself a little boost of confidence there.
We'll have to see what this substitution does for Arlington's lineup. You have to think that Bustamante would need to find a way to stay in. That would adjust the DH as well. Harper will step off the back of the pitcher's plate. Ahead in the count, 0-1. Any contact to the outfield could tie the game. The 0-1 delivery. That's a base hit, and that should give Boswell the lead. 1 run is in. Next run is in. And that will make it 5-4. Runner advances to second on the base hit to left field, and Boswell has come all the way back. Base hit by McBride. He only made it to second on the throw that was meant to go home. So it's a single to left center, 2 RBI. And a 5-run inning is the type of outburst we're used to seeing from Arlington, but not used to seeing them give up.
Yeah.
Those runs will be Bustamante's responsibility. He's now on the hook for a potential loss unless Arlington can mount a rally.
So ironic after the start he had through the first 4 innings. See the wheels come off here in this bottom of the 5th.
Low and away to the first baseman, Mason Bell, for ball 1 from Sam Harper. Chopper up the third baseline, and it's foul. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Sam Harper seems to be a strike zone specialist. Doesn't seem to have a whole lot of velocity, but tries to place his pitches where he wants them.
And rely on his defense to make the plays that when the ball's put into play, got to have the defense behind him.
1 ball and 1 strike to Bell. Can't find the zone there. It's 2-1. It's a really pretty sunset here at Boswell, but now that the sun's gone, we feel the full effects of the wind without the sun to warm us back up. 2-1. Low and away, 3-1. First base is open, but you don't want to give it to Mason Bell. Grounded out to the pitcher on contact that went to first base in his previous at-bat. He will take first base on the free pass here. And the bases are loaded for Boswell.
And they have batted around.
All the way back to Bryce Thompson. Just one out, 5 runs plated here in this 5th inning. Ball 1 away to the catcher. Not sure where that was. It looked good from this vantage point, but we weren't the ones standing behind home plate. And they're going to call a balk on Harper. Another run will come in to score.
They're saying he went through his mouth while he was on the rubber.
And another run plates. Everybody moves 90 feet. I believe that was Infante that just came in to score. Six to 4 the score now. This one's going to get away, and here comes another run. Caroming off of the wall and in to score. It's now 7 to 4. That's McBride, I believe.
Yes, it was. Bell gets down to third.
Two and up. 7 to 4. Another one that's low. Dug out this time by JT.
Harper seems to be having a difficult time finding the zone.
Looks straight ahead at his runner. It'll go fouled straight back. Surprising. He had a green light on a 3-0. Harper's next delivery is ball number 4 to Thompson.
Runners at the corners. Now we're going to get a courtesy runner. Catcher goes back to put his gear on in the dugout.
On 4, Tyler Beery.
He's done this duty once before this inning.
Strike is delivered. Nothing in 1 out. A 7-run 5th inning for Boswell.
Throws it the only out of the inning so far on a strikeout. Still on the mound.
Harper wants to reset pitches. Sees the one he wants. Runner goes. JT with a laser. That's Bustamante now playing second base. He serves as the cutoff man as the base is stolen by Bieri. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. So that will put Hayden White out of the lineup. Put Bustamante at second base. Busta has seen time at second, short, and third when he's not on the mound. A true utility infielder. Defensive alignment shifts to the middle of the field, and Harper again having trouble finding the zone. That one's outside for ball 2. Two and one with 2 men in scoring position. Now 3-1. Next pitch. Gets the call. Kersey was ready to toss his bat. He'll have to stick around for one more pitch. It's 3-2. Thank you to everyone that's been joining us for either one of these two broadcasts. Payoff pitch is a chopper. Bustamante will hold the runner and throw over to first. That's a good defensive play by Busta, staring the runner at third back, and it's 2 away.
Yeah, good. I can't say it any better. Just a real heads-up play by the leader, one of the leaders on this team. Gave a half-second stare to the runner at third base and ran him back.
4-3 putout makes it 2 away for Mac Lerma. First pitch is high and away for ball 1. Harper coming in relief of Bustamante. A 7-run swell. That one is outside.
Lerma's the 12th batter of the inning for the Pioneers.
Harper sets, looks at third. That's on a laser down the line, but foul.
Out in front of that one just a little bit. A lot of power behind it, but out in front just a little bit.
The Arlington faithful holding their collective breath at that one. Next pitch. Swung on and missed. Couldn't time that one. It's 2-2 with 2 outs and 2 men on. Can the Colts get out of this one? We need to send our bats. Try to find a way to answer. After losing a 4-0 advantage, find yourself trailing 7-4. Away for ball number 3. Count runs full to the young man who walked the last time he was at bat this inning. Payoff pitch. Too low. Lost him. Lerma will take the free pass on the open base. And Coach Krosno will come out to talk to Sam Harper. While we do that, we want to remind fans that there are 2 more games on the docket for tomorrow. Pops and I will be on the call at Cleburne High School for the continuation of the Drew Medford Memorial. There will be a game at 1:30 against Richland, immediately followed by a game at 4 o'clock against the Mansfield Lake Ridge Eagles. We are going to get a pitching change. Harper is done, and we will take a short break and be right back with the new pitcher here on High School Baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Rami Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Rami Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
The sign from the bullpen is the sign of a pitching change, and the next time you need signs, banners, printed shirts, or other print materials, Eka Signs is the local printer to call. 817-617-2229 is the number to call, and tell them Zap sent you. He got the start out in left field, and he will come into relief position on the mound. It's the junior, number 15, Cody Cleveland. Cleveland now on the mound for Arlington. Tough time making out who the new right fielder is, huh, Pops?
No, they're kneeling facing the infield, so there's no way to see the number at this moment.
Well, and it's a black jersey with green numbering, so even at this distance, it'll still be tough to tell. Arlington has 2 outs, looking to get that elusive third one with the bases loaded, and Boswell having already batted around and then some, and with the bases loaded.
I'm wondering if that's Harper out there back at his traditional spot in the defense.
I just can't see the number.
Yeah.
Can you see the number? Now that he's out there in left field, he's standing up.
No.
I wish I knew these players' frames well enough, but it's still preseason form for us as well. Xander Thacker was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat this inning. Officially 0 for 1 on the evening.
That is not Harper, I can tell you that much.
No facial hair.
Correct.
Cody Cleveland with a bases loaded 2-out situation. First pitch is fired in there for a called strike 1.
Yeah, the dark black uniform with the green lettering is too obscure to be able to see this far away.
Time was called at the plate. No pitch, says the umpire. So it'll stay 0-1. This one's up in the air. Wynn giving chase along the first baseline. And he will make the grab in foul territory, and the longest inning Arlington has played this season finally comes to an end. But not before Boswell answers Arlington's 4 runs with 7 of their own. We're headed to the 6th. It's a totally different ball game than the one we had a half hour ago. High school baseball on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Hey, Arlington residents, if you're like me and tired of rising insurance rates, then it's time to make the switch to Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services. Since 1984, they've been your trusted local insurance experts, offering competitive quotes for all your needs. Auto, homeowners, umbrella, renters, boats, and even classic cars. Why settle for less when you can get the best? Compare coverages today and see how much you can save by visiting chapman-cornelius.com. Chapman Cornelius, your local insurance partner since 1984.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Extraordinaria y auténtica comida mexicana. Aquí encontrarás el mejor menú para el paladar más exigente. Puedes visitarlos en una de sus 3 sucursales ubicadas en Arlington y en Green Prairie. No te pierdas de su grandioso especial todos los martes, Taco Tuesday, de 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrarnos o hacer un pedido, visítalos a su página web taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Back to live action here at the high school, Boswell High School, the Pioneer Ball Field, as the Boswell Pioneer baseball team has totally flipped the script here on the Colts as they batted around and then some in the bottom of the 5th inning. And this new score, Boswell 7, Arlington 4, as we head to the top of the 6th.
Due to tournament schedules, there is a 2-hour time limit, and we have eclipsed 2 hours as we go past 8 o'clock. So this will most likely be Arlington's final half inning of work as Norris comes out to try to get the win now.
Abe Alvarado is the leadoff batter, and he takes a curveball, strike one. Alvarado leading off. Jeremiah Taylor on deck, and Gannon Howard in the hole for the Colts. If that head is to the shortstop, Thacker throws it to first base. The first baseman had to really stretch for that one. Mason Bell was able to bring it down, and that is the first out of the inning on the 6-3 putout.
If these are Arlington's final 2 outs, fans, we want to remind you to stay tuned for the post-game show presented by John Wade Roofing.
That'll bring up Jeremiah Taylor. His first pitch is swung on and fouled back for strike one. 0 for 2 at the plate tonight so far this evening.
Did have a triple in the first game, though.
Norris' next pitch is a curveball that's in there for strike two. No balls and 2 strikes on Jeremiah Taylor.
Just barely at the knees. Norris gets the lucky call there.
The 0-2 pitch coming to Taylor. That curveball breaks a little bit early and gets past the catcher, Thompson, all the way to the backstop. Gannon Howard trots over there to pick it up. And the count's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Taylor. 1-2 pitch, swung on and hit, foul. Got it in front of that one and pulled it past Coach Womack down there in the third base coaching box. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Norris 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 and out number 2. Colts are down to their last out here in the top of the 6th inning. Gannon Howard strolls to the plate. Called out on an interference call in his first at bat. Got a double his last time up, but was actually thrown out at third base. First pitch to him is outside for ball 1. No pitch. Gets away from the catcher. It's a called strike, but Thompson loses the handle on it. The ball goes back to the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. I think the catcher's going to go out and talk to Norris. Thompson's going to say, hey, let's get the call right. I wasn't expecting that particular pitch. They seem to have their communications problem solved. Thompson trots back to the plate, and everybody resets. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hit to the shortstop, Thacker. Thacker fields it cleanly on to first base, and that is the ball game. The 6-3 putout ends the night for your Colts on a very difficult ball game. We're going to take you into the booth here and give you a little post-game wrap-up.
Yeah, fans, the post-game show is presented.
Hold the phone on that.
No, there should be. That should be the 2-hour time limit. Arlington's defense is coming back out.
Yep. I pulled that a little bit too early.
Why would they bat the bottom of the 6th?
If there's enough time on the clock and we can get them out 1, 2, 3, we get to bat again.
There's not enough time on the clock. That's the problem. We started at 6 o'clock. It's 8:15. Did we start at 6:30? I thought we started at 6. It was a 6:30 first pitch instead of 6 o'clock, so we do still have 15 more minutes left to play, apparently. So Arlington will get 1 more at-bat, and I just lost us a commercial break. Sorry, everybody. We'll just keep it right here. Well, we only had 1 commercial to do anyway. So, not a huge deal. It's been that kind of a day.
It has been.
I've just lost track.
We're going to turn the page here and find the batters for Boswell that they'll be sending up this half inning. After sending 9, 10, 11, 12, after sending 13 players to the
Oy.
plate last inning, Landon Granger will lead off, and he gets a hit out to the gap in left center, and it falls in front of whoever the left fielder is. We're
In front
not
of
sure.
our new left fielder.
Our new left fielder.
That's 24. Hayden White has moved to left field.
Oh, okay. Granger on with a clean base hit to lead off the bottom of the sixth. And that'll bring up the number 9 hole hitter, Trent Prosperi, the left fielder.
So now the question is right field still the same?
First pitch from Cleveland is a ball. Cleveland on the mound for his first full inning of work for the Colts.
Yeah, that is still Gomez out there.
In there for a strike call. 1 ball, 1 strike to the number 9 hole batter, Trent Prosperi. Struck out and got a base hit and scored in the marathon fifth inning. The 1-1 pitch, down and away, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Prosperi. Granger at first. Nobody out in the inning so far. Curveball hangs outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike to the batter. A hitter's count for Prosperi. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning from Boswell High School. That pitch is swung on and hit sharply to second base. Busta gets it, flips it to second, on to first. Double play!
Wow.
4-6-3 double play turned by the Colt defense. Erases all the runners on the base paths.
Boy, did we need that.
Good flip by Bustamante. That'll bring up the top of the order, Johan Infante. Two outs in the inning now, nobody on the bases. Cleveland's first pitch to Infante is a called curveball, strike 1.
And since he's come in, Cleveland's been attacking the strike zone and has had a good mix of pitches. He is making a case to be a part of this reliever staff.
That pitch a little bit low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs and nobody on base to Infante. Next pitch is low for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike to the batter. Swung on and fouled back. Count runs to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cleveland comes set in his 2-2 delivery. Curveball fouled over the left side, over the third base dugout. Count remains 2-2.
Yeah, good placement there. Only allowed the batter to get a small piece of it.
Cleveland winds in the 2-2 delivery. Low and gets away from Taylor at the plate. Nobody advancing. No big deal there.
Yeah,
Ball 3.
nobody aboard, but that is something for film purposes. You want to figure out what happened there and where the miscommunication was so that you can avoid that mistake next time.
Payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled. Infante doing his best to stay alive at the plate. Count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs in the inning on the beautiful double play turned by Bustamante, Mason, and first baseman. That walk is delivered on the fourth pitch.
Win still
at
at first. And Infante draws the free pass.
So batter back on the base after the others were erased by the double play, and this brings up Kobe McBride to the plate. Kobe is lined to the shortstop, struck out, and got a base hit and scored a run in that bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch from Cleveland is an attempted bunt. It's bunted all the way over to the third base coaching box.
Try to catch them off guard.
Left-handed batter has a little bit more of an advantage to try and get down that line and leg out a bunted potential infield base hit. As it is, it's just a strike.
And now Alvarado's aware of it.
The 0-1 pitch. Swung on and hit to first base and over Wynn's head into right field. The runner is rounding second, heading into third base. Coach is telling him to get down. He slides in safely as Infante makes it all the way over to third on the base hit by McBride. That puts runners at the corners with 2 outs. And Mason Bell coming to the plate. Bell fly to right field. Walked and got as far as third base in that 5th inning. Was stranded there.
See if we can strand this runner at third as well.
Cleveland's ready for his first pitch to Bell. In there for a called strike 1.
And again, not a whole lot of velocity, but some good placement. Maybe one of the next purchases will be a radar gun. It's the one thing we don't have.
Cleveland takes a look at the runner at first, and the 0-1 pitch is in the dirt, but Taylor is able to keep it in front of him. The throw down to second, he's safe. The runner stays at third.
It's a good throw by Taylor, but he was a little bit late on the delivery because of the bobble in front of him.
Well, he played his best hockey goalie there and kept that ball in front of him as it ricocheted off his vest.
He did.
Runners at second and third now. 1 ball, 1 strike to Bell. Swung on and hit out to Hensley. Fields it cleanly, throws it on to Wynn, and we're out of the inning here.
Phew!
6-3 put out, ends the inning for Boswell.
And now they're saying time has expired, but that's their half inning. Arlington should get an opportunity to bat.
The umpires are just ready to go home.
I think probably we are as well.
Boswell's taking the field as if they're still playing.
Back-to-back ball games. Umpires look like they're going to let them do it, so we'll take a short break and be back with the final 3 outs, potentially, of high school baseball on Zap.
A-frames that bring their A game. The next time you need to get your brand out to the community, go with the printers who are in your community, Ika Signs. With everything from wall signs to banners, printed tees to hats, Ika can even do same-day rush orders on select products. Visit ikasigns.com/shop to see their full list. That's ikasigns.com/shop. Ika Signs, a partner of Zach Arnold Productions.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades. And they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
To the top of the 7th inning we go. Zach Arnold, my pops Doug, Mom Pat, the producer. Team effort as the team of Arlington Colts gets ready to see what they can do in these final 3 outs, and we'll have Colin Murphy digging into the batter's box, number 6 for Arlington. Seeing if some bats off of the bench can provide a spark for this Arlington offense that has not scored a run since the 3rd inning. First pitch swinging, and Murphy fouls that one out of play. Still facing number 34, Moses Norris. We'll just run on the assumption that Boswell has no reason to change their defensive alignment, as Murphy will send this one into foul territory. Giving chase as the first baseman will have to watch the umpires as they signal foul, 0-2. So nothing in 2 as they retrieve that foul ball. Play is signaled. Norris digs in. And the 0-2 to Murphy. Chin high for a ball. Boswell with an explosive 7-run inning that Arlington just couldn't seem to get out of. Murphy will foul this one out of play. There have been games like that for Arlington Pops where you say, you know, aside from this one inning, it was a pretty well played game. But that one inning can be a dagger and change the outcome.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss from Murphy, and Norris gets his 3rd K of the evening. There's one away for Arlington, and it looks like we're sending in a slew of pinch hitters to see who can draw a spark. Senior number 9, Angel Hernandez, now going to be pinch hitting for the Colts here with one away in the top of the 7th. First pitch swinging, headed for center field. McBride underneath it for the F8. And Danny Bustamante represents Arlington's final out of the ballgame. 2 for 3 on the game with a couple of singles. Also had 2 singles in the previous game against Lake Belton. A 4-hit day for Bustamante as he takes a look at a curveball inside for ball number 1. Bustamante. Busta takes a look at another ball. It's 2-0 with 2 outs. And he can't find the zone there either, does Norris. It's a 3-0 count to Bustamante here in the top of the 7th. Four-pitch walk. Busta finds his way aboard with 2 outs. That'll take us to Mason Hensley. Hit by a pitch, a sacrifice, hard hit fly out to right make up his appearances. No sacrifices in play with 2 outs here in the 7th. He'll be swinging away. And he swings away at this one and fouls it off.
Switch hitting batter back in the left-handed batting box against the right-handed reliever.
He's going to rip this one to second. The 1-hop to Infante. Bell will end the ball game. 6-3 retires Hensley. Bustamante is left stranded. And Boswell comes all the way back to take care of business against Arlington with a 7-run inning, which is something that is traditionally something Arlington does. As the teams shake hands, we'll get ready for the postgame show presented by John Wade Roofing. John Sr. played for Arlington High and was the team MVP in 1976. He also played for TCU and UTA football, earning all conference and conference champion honors. After a stint with the Houston Oilers, he started roofing in 1982 and didn't look back. His legacy on the gridiron is now matched by the legacy the company has built in the community for over 40 years. The next time you have roofing needs or gutters, painting, solar, or more, call the family that does more at 817-265-5520. Welcome into our broadcast tent along the first baseline, just behind home plate, everybody. We were able to set up a camera where you could see what's going on from a different vantage point than where we're at, but we appreciate you tuning in to all of the action that we were able to provide here at Boswell High School. Zach Arnold, my Pops, Doug, bringing you this Drew Medford tournament action. Pops, Arlington seemed to have Boswell on the ropes. Bustamante was firing on all cylinders, and then a 7-run fifth completely changed the dynamic of this ball game.
Yeah, it was so unusual to see and watch and believe it was happening because Bustamante was perfect
Literally.
Literally perfect through 4
Throwing
innings.
a perfect game through 4 innings.
3 up, 3 down, 6 strikeouts. Was just seemingly unbeatable.
Untouchable.
Untouchable tonight. And then something happened between the 4th and the 5th inning, and several walks, hit by pitches. It wasn't an offensive onslaught by Boswell. It was just a situation where Bustamante ended up being relieved by Harper in that 5th inning, and they sent 13 runners to the plate and put 7 runs on the board, and that's the tale of the tape.
Coachable moments, things to learn from, things to improve on, and the best part, this is probably the toughest part of the Medford schedule for Arlington. From here on out, they are more evenly matched opponents in the forms of teams like Richland, teams like Lake Ridge, and then if we play Saturday, Burleson Centennial has a similar record to Arlington right now. So we just went toe-to-toe with the number 15 team in the state and had 1 bad inning against them. And it's tough to say because you don't want to have 1 bad inning. But if you have to look at the positives, maybe you bring in somebody else in that 5th inning and quit while you're ahead with Bustamante. Maybe you know that that's what his limit is. There's all kinds of what-ifs and coulda, woulda, shouldas. And those are things that Coach Womack and Coach Krosno are going to go over and discuss as you get ready for district plays. You get ready for the next 2 days of the tournament. There's still a lot of positives and a lot of things to learn from to get ready for game day starting tomorrow morning.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we're looking forward to bringing you more of this Drew Medford Memorial Tournament from the campus of Cleburne High School tomorrow. And Zach and I will be there bringing you all the action, pitch by pitch. If you want to join us, spread the word, share the link that we're going to be broadcasting live tomorrow, both games.
We'll have both of those on the docket for you. If you have to work, then tune in online. We'll be there for you if you can't be there. First pitch against Richland is at 1:30, and then it'll be a doubleheader again, back-to-back, as we play against Lake Ridge at 4 o'clock. But I think we're ready to call it a night. It looks like Boswell's ready to call it a night, so we need to start packing up so that we can head home. Final score in this one, the Pioneers 7 and the Colts 4. For producer Pat and for my pops Doug, I'm Zach Arnold, thanking you for supporting local business and local broadcast by tuning in tonight. We'll see you all for first pitch at 1:30 tomorrow. Until then, good night.